Hey, what's up, guys? So, I can't even keep a straight face as I do this video because I think I'm about ready to, I don't know, participate in what is gonna be to a lot of people just the ultimate act of blasphemy. And we are going to talk about Littleton Coin Company and why it matters to you. In addition, I have a surprise little thing toward the end of this video that I think you guys are going to be shaking your head about. But Littleton Coin Company has been one of those dealers out there that has garnered just a wide mixed reaction for a number of reasons. We're going to talk about a few of them. We're not going to talk about all of them, but ultimately, we are going to put all of that to the test. I think a lot of the bad press that Littleton has kind of earned itself all kind of stemmed from their practices from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Now, they're a company that's been around for quite some time, all right? 70 years or just over that, over 70 years of dealing in numismatics. And as far as you know, their place in history when it comes to numismatics, I mean, they're right up there at the top. I mean, whether you love them or hate them or whatever your feelings are about them, there are a few things they did right. And I think we'd be remiss if we didn't at least acknowledge a few of the things that they did right. Because ultimately that's how we come to where we're at today as far as the collector base and investors and all that great stuff. Now, I had my own personal run-in with Littleton way back in the day. A nice cool day, fall time, 1995. I had received this ad. I think it was in the Sunday paper. At the time, we were living out in near Reno, and in the newspaper, of course, it's going to be in the circulars. You know, the classifieds and all that stuff. There's a little ad. You know, coins on approval, Littleton Coin Company. It's actually encompasses a small. I wouldn't even say it's a business card sized ad spot in the newspaper. I'm like, you know, I went over to my dad. At the time, I was, 17 years old, in high school and all that. And it was right then and there because my dad had the pleasure of already receiving some of the Littleton coin on approval lots. And we'll talk about that here momentarily. But I wanted to try it. And he said, you know what? Yeah, we could go ahead and give it a try because he knew, obviously, because he'd done it before. The first set of coins that they send you for the on-approval service were going to be your lesser expensive coins. At first glance, they're kind of harmless and innocent. They send you like 5-6 coins, and they're all low end type stuff. They'll send you a VG Indian head cent. They'll send you, mid-state quarter, and they come in packages similar to this. I know they've had quite a little bit of an evolution in the last 25-30 years, but they're all pretty similar to these little containers that they hold them in, and they're very informal. They're kind of a slap in the face because if they did send you something good and it's in this flimsy plastic, obviously you run the risk of damage. All right, anybody who's anybody in the coin business knows that the shipment of coins, whether they're worth face value or they're worth more than face value, obviously you need to find a way to package them up so that way they're safe, whether you put them in a 2x2 or something. Anyways, so they send you a few low dollar coins, all right? And the whole idea with the on approval service is that they send you these coins. It accompanies an invoice, and you can pick and choose which coins you want to keep. The ones that you want to keep, you pay that line item on that invoice for. So you'll stroke them a check, send a credit card, whatever, and you go ahead and you purchase those few coins. Again, it starts out very, very harmless, very small. I think in certain cases, with the first batch that they send you, total value or total their value is somewhere around 20 to 30 bucks. All right, so that's how that works, and they'll send silver. There's gonna be like a silver quarter in there, and they're gonna ask like $5-6, which at the time, now keep in mind this is 1995, a silver quarter was not worth $5-6. So, just to kind of set the stage, silver quarters were like $2 or less at the time. So, okay, that's fine. So they send you this first initial group. I think I ended up buying all the coins. I used up my allowance, and I did odd jobs here and there. Of course, I was a teenager in high school at the time. So I bought all these, okay? And then about a month and a half later, I ended up getting my second on approval shipment from Littleton. Open that puppy up, and I'm like, oh my god, exciting. There was a Standing Liberty quarter in there. They even sent like a VF Morgan dollar, which actually looked pretty good. But it was just your standard run-of-the-mill common date. And, again, it's another batch of coins, relatively kind of like harmless at first glance. The Morgan dollar was like $25 or whatever it was. I forgot. But yeah, the market, you could tell the market on each coin began to go up. And this is, at the very infancy of the internet age. So it's not like, there was an eBay where you could just waltz right on there, type in the information and know exactly what you're getting. You're working off of what the market value is based off of what you see in like the Red Book price guide, for example, what you see, at your local coin shops. You walk in there, you already know that, base VG Indian head cents were like $1 or less, Morgan dollars were $15 or whatever. All right, so you kind of had an idea of how much these coins were. Again, I was just getting into the hobby at that point. My dad was already in it. He had a nice collection built up and all that great stuff. So I went and I paid for the entire lot. It ended up being a really nice lot. There was Mercury dime in there, Morgan dollar, Standing Liberty quarter. I think there was like a XF Indian head cent that they were charging like $8 for. So I was like, okay, whatever. All right, and I think I still have those coins to this day, but I can't find them. They're somewhere around here. But I ended up getting the next lot after that. And I'm like, oh my god. I looked at this invoice. It was like $270 if you wanted to hold on to it. So in the course of getting this first lot with like the $20, $25 coins, you begin to like build credit as you pay the invoices. So here we are, our third lot after like, I would say 4 months, because by the time you pay the invoice and all that great stuff, it was a little bit different. So they waited for confirmation of your payment. Sometimes it'll take 2 weeks to receive, 3 weeks, whatever, two days. $270. And I look through this stuff. I'm like, wow, that's cool. There's a CC Morgan dollar in there that they wanted $215 or something like that. Now keep in mind, 1995, a common date 1883 CC Morgan dollar was not $210. Maybe slice it right in half and that's how much it is. It doesn't seem quite that crazy today because coins like that are really $200 and above. But it was a really nice kind of like low mint state CC Morgan dollar, like a GSA type hoard coin. So I couldn't quite afford that, and my dad didn't want to pay for it because he had his collection of CCs, and he was like, yeah, we're not paying for that mess right there. We ended up sending the Carson City Morgan back, and I think one other coin. It might have been like either like a Walking Liberty $50, or it was a $50 or something like that. It might have been a 64 Kennedy or Franklin. They wanted $34 for. But I ended up keeping a few of the coins, and I was like, okay, enough's enough. All right. My dad ended up calling them, and we canceled the on approval service, which it's just as easy as that. Mind you, you could call them up, send them a letter, do whatever, and just say opt out. You want to opt out of the service. Thank you for allowing me or affording me the opportunity to go ahead and buy some of these coins. So that was the on-approval service through Littleton Coin Company. Now, I think it's because of this specific program that through time, over the course, I would say, of 20 years, let's start with 1995, going all the way up to like 2010 and later than that. This period of time is when they had received so many on-approval orders, and there were a lot of people, because of the internet age, that were getting really wise on what they were doing. They were charging way too much money for these coins, and the quality just wasn't met up to par with what you're receiving for the money. So a lot of the things that I've heard of Littleton Coin through the years is they're a ripoff. They charge way too much money. They do all of these dastardly things to their coins. The Silver Eagles, we do colorized coins. You know, we affix enamel on there, and we make them look very unique and pretty. Which, again, when you modify coins, and you know, I'm a purist that way. When you modify a coin and you do stuff like that, it's very kind of like tricky. All right, there are certain things that I feel like when you modify it, it only makes it better, and it becomes more art than anything else. Hobo nickels, you know, any sort of carvings of that sort. You know, that's something that's gone on through time for many decades. But to a lot of people, colorized coins, gold plating statehood quarters, which is like kind of like one of their niche things that they did back in the day, kind of following along the same footsteps as a Coin Vault TV or HSN. And they, you know, those were some of the things that to this day is forever etched in people's memory as being like a very negative experience, you know. And even to this day, when there's so many people coming into the hobby, coming into investing, doing precious metals, people continuously look at the things that Littleton Coin did and applied it to today's kind of like common sense tactics and buying motives and all that stuff, and they're like, I would never buy that stuff. You know, people would come and find a gold-plated quarter in circulation and say, oh, it's gold, it's got to be. And then when you tell them the reason, it's like, oh my God, I don't like HSN, I don't like Littleton Coin Company, and, you know, that's where they're at. All right, so we are in 2021. And I don't know if you see it, but I actually have the website slivered over there. I'm going to minimize the screen. And this is not a video to berate them. However, giving them an opportunity to see how they've adapted. And I would say the last 10, 15 years. Because outside of like buying lots and collections with Littleton coins already in them, I don't know how they quite operate today. And we want to actually take a close look at their on-approval service, which they still do, and kind of gauge things on what it's like. So they have a very, very nice website. Very nice website. All right, and they sell everything. They pretty much sell everything. They sell the new Silver Eagles. They sell proof sets, mid sets. As you can see, their front main page is all mostly like modern stuff, you know, and it's built pretty similarly to what you would expect to some of the other sites out there that sell predominantly new offerings. From, you know, all I've seen, I mean, this is Morgan Dollars. We're seeing that there, and Morgan Dollars, I think, above any other obsolete coin, is the most recognizable to a lot of people, especially those that don't collect coins. They know a Morgan dollar. Like, yes, I remember seeing that in an old Western movie with John Wayne, where he's like sliding across the counter and they gave him way too much whiskey. Bad whiskey, enough to, you know, fire up the old Model T, I guess. But yeah, as you can see, they've custom tailored their website to things that are more identifiable to today's collector. A lot of modern stuff. And that's all great. I mean, they have done well for themselves and they've upgraded their website. It looks great. You know, flat rate shipping and 45-day money back guarantee, which, you know, that's kind of tough, especially given the fact that in today's kind of numismatic space where price of silver and the silver premiums are so far like out of whack, that this 45-day guarantee is kind of a big deal, because you could buy a Silver Eagle today from them for $40, and the price of silver can drop through the floor, like 30%, and they would still honor the money back guarantee 30 days later. All right, so where we want to focus on is going to be clubs. All right, so the club is like a monthly subscription service. Preview coins risk-free with Littleton's on-approval service. Okay, the moniker has worked so well for them that they're still doing it many decades later. All right, and then we're going to browse some coin clubs. Littleton's 20th Century $50 Coin Club. I mean, that looks pretty cool, considering, the type of content that you're getting. It says save over 65%. I don't know what that's about. You even have a testimony from a current or previous customer. How it works. There's a video, and they are on YouTube. You could always go on there and check out what they have going on. Personally, I haven't watched any of their YouTube videos. Choose your collection. We'll rush you a risk-free trial selection. Number 2, examine your coins. Take up to 15 days to preview the selection in your home. I mean, obviously it's going to be in your home. Number 3, or in your car. Number 3, purchase only what you want to keep and return the rest. Then receive another risk-free selection. It's that simple. So they have been uber popular with the on-approval service. And it is fun to collect and be surprised each month with a new selection. Sometimes it is hard to wait. Now, you have to kind of take this into consideration too. Now, when I had talked about my first foray into the on-approval service way back in the 90s, I know that's the classical age of life, the classics, that a lot of the coins I had talked about are worth what they're worth today based off of what I spent. So you can take that with a grain of salt. I mean, what are coins going to be worth 20 years from now, especially for a lot of you that are in your teens and 20s who have a whole life to live? Definitely take this into consideration. I am not at all endorsing Littleton, but I do want to see what gig is up here in this. So you have a couple different options of clubs. We go down to the clubs. You got U.S. coin clubs. You got paper money clubs, if that's your thing. World coin clubs, which looks intriguing, and ancients. So obviously, the most popular one is going to be the U.S. coin clubs. And you're going to choose your coin club. And they have the pricing already on there. Now, I'm wondering if this is a monthly fee, or if, most popular. So there's 27 products. Walking Liberty $50 club, buy one, get one free. Now, if you got 2 Walking Liberties for $30, that seems hardly like a good deal. But this might be kind of like the starting price for that club. And then as you continue to get monthly selections, that price goes up. Like they'll send you a really nice 38D. You might have to pay like $250 for or something. So there's a couple different options. And the one that kind of speaks to me the most is going to be the U.S. Type Coin Collection Club. And we're going to go back there momentarily. There's even this Silver Eagle Club for $40, which in today's environment, that doesn't seem like a bad deal at all, considering that premiums have gone as high as $40 on Silver Eagles. But yeah, let's go ahead and click into the U.S. Type Coin Collection Club for $40. And enjoy the ultimate collecting adventure featuring over 65 different types of gold, silver, nickel, bronze, and clad U.S. coins spanning more than 175 years of American history. You'll collect obsolete denominations including the half cent, 2 cent, 3 cent, half dime, and 20 center. 19th century classics like the Flying Eagle cent, Shield nickel, Cap Buzz half, and trade silver dollar. 20th century favorites including the Buffalo nickel, Merc dime, Liberty walking half, and Eisenhower dollar, plus U.S. gold pieces and denominations from 1 to 20. To begin your collection, you'll save over 50% on a Lincoln cent type set, including bronze wheat ears cent, 1943 steel cent, copper and zinc memorial issues, a 2009 anniversary design, and a shield reverse cent. You'll continue to receive exciting monthly selections of U.S. coin types from the 1830s, to the president for risk-free 15-day examination in your home. You'll feel confident with every purchase because you see each coin before you decide. You select only the coins you want and return the rest. You're under no obligation to purchase coins from any shipment, and you may cancel this service anytime. Free gifts to learn more, blah, blah, blah. All right. So, how it works. This is important. Choose your collection. We'll rush you this. Examine your coins. Purchase one. Okay. All right. So, I have a feeling that the $39.95 is going to be the introductory price to get you started with the US Type Coin Collection Club. And how it's going to work, I believe, is through just being diligent about paying for this every month, that they're going to send you bigger, better, more high-end stuff over time. So here's what I propose. I can't believe I'm freaking saying this right now. I am going to enroll into the US Type Coin Club, knowing full well that it's going to be a crapshoot of a thing. But you got to keep in mind, you're only ripped off if you unknowingly buy the coins and you didn't know the value until much later. Right? We live in the internet age right now. And I think because of the internet age, it probably has changed the model of what Littleton Coin does in how they present the clubs to its customers. And they're a little bit better in the actual valuation. Now, they're still going to be higher than your average market. But we also have to keep in mind that as long as we decide which coins we want to keep and which ones we want to send out, you're really not getting ripped off. All right? So, I want to make that absolutely clear. My stance on this is vastly changed today compared to what it was 20 years ago, when we weren't nearly as privy to the values of some of the coins. But, ladies and gentlemen, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and sign up for the US Type Coin Club. And we are going to do it for 12 months, which means we're going to get, I hope, 12 shipments. We are going to unveil each package as it comes in. And what we're going to do is decide which coins we want to keep and send. And I'm going to leave it up to you guys to decide which coins you think look like they could be a good addition to a collection. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to be giving away a coin from the Typeset Coin Collection Club away to my viewers every single month as a way of thanks of supporting me through this hard endeavor of trying to gain trust from, or vice versa, the reverse, trying to trust a company like Littleton Coin through this. I wanted to close with this one thought. Littleton Coin has been around for a long time, since 1945. As a matter of fact, it says it right there on the serving collectors since 1945. So they've been around. They have invested a lot of money into their services, into the website up to this point. And the one redeeming thing that I could vouch for Littleton Coin, aside from the fact that I think they sell some pretty damn good coin supplies, albums, and all that. I mean, I have a few of them, and they're high quality. But they have gotten a lot of people into the hobby. There's no disputing that. Whether it's a negative or positive experience, they have gotten a lot of people into the hobby. And it's also helped educate a lot of people in knowing a little bit better about coins and how to research prices, what kind of coins they have. You even got people into getting into errors and varieties. Like, oh, did you know that this 1965 Washington quarter also has a really nice doubled die obverse? You know, the conversation always has to start somewhere. And I think as long as we at least recognize the few positives that Littleton Coin has given into the marketplace, okay, I think that we could, through, I guess, rose-colored glasses, or however you want to interpret it, that they're going to continue to carve out this kind of like niche base for their product that is unparalleled to any other coin service or coin dealer on the internet. And they're an old school company with old school kind of like methodology, and I don't think that's going to change. The company is very old, the family is very old, and it's gone on through generations with the same philosophy. All right, is that trying to give and provide good customer service, at the same time not holding you over the coals for their products. Again, if you feel like you're going to get ripped off, send the coins back, because the line in which you get ripped off is squarely on you. So, you know, nobody puts a gun to your head and says you got to buy these coins. No, you don't have to. Send them back. But I am going to sign up for this service for the US Type Coin Collection Club. It looks like it's the most expensive one on the list for US coins. And we're going to try it out. We're going to give away coins. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the inventory that they sell us. Have they really improved over the years? What are they doing differently? And this should be exciting. I want to know more. So that's going to go ahead and do it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Sean, with Blue Ridge Silverhound, giving my own honest kind of like semi-review of Littleton Coin Company. And we are going to do something absolutely dastardly fun. And we are going to sign up for a US Type Coin Collection Club, give away coins, so that way you don't have to. I will fall on the sword if this turns out to be a not so great experience. But, you know, again, that's going to be squarely on me on whether or not I want to keep the coins and say, oh, I got ripped off, or sending it back. Because, again, it is squarely on you. Well, that's it, guys. Wish me luck. And I'll see you in probably a few weeks when I get my first shipment. But that's it. All right. Yeah, Coinaholics, we are discovering together. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for instant notifications, and should be fun. This is going to be interesting. All right. See you guys.